Hi, hello, and welcome to Lily's Library. So today we're going to be doing my August TBR. Now, TBRs haven't really been working out for me lately. I keep abandoning them and getting distracted by other books. So we're just going to see how it goes in August and whether I actually get to reading any of these. I've got a decent stack of them here in front of me. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish all of them, but I would like to at least make a decent dent in this stack. Okay, before we get started, I also just wanted to say thank you so much for 500 subscribers. I had a few videos that I pre-recorded and uploaded, so I haven't really had a chance to properly sit down and say anything for it. So thank you so much for being here and subscribing. I really appreciate you spending the time out of your day to watch my videos and to be here, and I really appreciate it. So thank you so much. So the first one is actually one that was on my July TBR that I just haven't had time to get around to, and that is Bat Eater. This one is by Kylie Lee Baker. I read Japanese Gothic earlier this year and really enjoyed it, and I've heard really good things about this one. In this we follow Cora Zhang, who is a crime scene cleaner. It says, but the bloody messes don't bother her, not when she's already witnessed the most horrific thing possible, her sister being pushed in front of a train. The killer was never caught, and Cora is still haunted by his last words, Bat Eater. These days nobody can reach Cora, not her aunt who wants her to prepare for the Hungry Ghost Festival, not her weird colleagues, and especially not the slack-jawed shadow lurking around her doorframe. After all, it can't be real, can it? After a series of unexplained killings in Chinatown, Cora believes that someone might be targeting East Asian women and something might be targeting Cora herself. Soon she will learn you can't just ignore hungry ghosts. It sounds really good, and I've been very much in a horror and thriller kick at the moment, so this is one I'm hoping to get to really soon. Originally I thought I only had until July 18 to read and keep this book because it is a library copy, but I actually have it until August 18, so I've got plenty of time to read it still, so I definitely want to be reading this one. Also for horror, I've got The Caretaker. This one is by Marcus Clayway. He is the author of We Used to Live Here, which was one of my favorite reads from last year. I think it was last year or the year before, a couple years ago now at the very least, but I've heard really good things about this one as well. I love how eerie and unsettling his horror books are, so I'm very intrigued to read this one. This one follows a young woman who takes a caretaking job in this really kind of like remote and creepy area on the Oregon coast, and it sounds very interesting and spooky, and I'm just very excited for it. I just can't wait to read this one. It's also like a decent length as well, so we'll see how it goes. I flew through We Used to Live Here, so I'm kind of expecting the same thing to happen with this one. This might be one I take with me on my holiday to Tasmania, but we'll see. Also kind of for horror, I think this is horror or horror adjacent. I have Whalefall that I'm picking up from the library in a couple days. My holder's in there, I just need to actually find time to go and collect it. This one is actually being adapted into a movie that is releasing sometime soon, and I've heard really good things about this book, and it's been one that's been on my radar for quite a while. I'll just read you the synopsis. So this is a science fiction thriller. It says it's The Martian meets 127 hours. It says Jay Gardner has given himself a fool's errand to find the remains of his deceased father in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of Monastery Beach. He knows it's a long shot, but Jay feels it's the only way for him to lift the weight of guilt he has carried since his dad's death by suicide the previous year. The dive begins well enough, but the sudden appearance of a giant squid puts Jay in a very real jeopardy, made infinitely worse by the arrival of a sperm whale looking to feed. So Jay then gets caught up in the squid's tentacles and stuck to it as the sperm whale is eating it, and I guess he gets eaten by the whale. It sounds very fun, and I just kind of love these kinds of thrillers and science fiction books where it does involve a giant animal, something like that, like sharks and octopuses and whales and everything like that. I think they're just really goofy and not serious and fun, so I'm really hoping this will be like a popcorn book, like something very entertaining and quick to read. Okay, the next book on my TBR is kind of also a sci-fi thriller. I guess, I don't know if you'd call this a thriller, but this is a new release that came out earlier this year. It's Mars One by Charlotte Robinson. This is one I'd never seen really anywhere prior to today really when I picked it up, but it says this is set on the barren plains of the Kazakh steppe. Alyssa Wright stands on the brink of the most ambitious space flight in history, a one-way mission to Mars. But when disaster strikes, she begins to uncover a conspiracy that threatens her life and the lives of everyone on board. In Hong Kong, a coder vanishes from his home, leaving nothing behind but a cryptic warning and his cat. Pursued by violent forces, his sister finds herself on the run in possession of the one thing capable of saving him. Amidst a dark vacuum of nothingness, as the Argo spaceship hurtles towards Mars, the crew realize that someone is sabotaging the mission from the inside. Every second brings them closer to catastrophe, and time is running out. Across Earth and space, three stories collide in a breathless thriller that asks, what is the price of progress and who must pay? It sounds very interesting. I'm very intrigued and a little bit nervous by it just because it is such a long book. But this is a debut that I picked up and it just sounds like the perfect blend of things I'm loving at the moment. I'm really loving those thriller and mystery things and I love anything sci-fi. So I'm definitely intrigued by this one. It's one I'm hoping I can really get to soon, but I might just pace myself with it throughout the month, seeing as it is on the long side. It's 500 something pages, so we'll see how we go. Okay, next on my list is a fantasy. I feel like I have been struggling a little bit with fantasy at the moment, so I'm hoping one by an author I really love will kind of help me get back into it again, and that is The Everlasting by Alex E. Harrow. I've read a couple of her works before, mostly her novellas and short stories, but I did really love Starling House, and I did really love The Six Deaths of the Saint, which is what this is like based upon, which is one of her short stories, and this kind of just expanded upon everything with it. So I'll probably reread the short story and delve straight into this one afterwards, but this is a lady night one. It's set over different time periods, I think, or it has to do with like a love story and a story that's like been going on for ages. I've heard mixed things about it and I know it is being adapted as well soon, so I just want to try and get to it very soon. I've seen a lot of my mutuals absolutely love it on TikTok and Instagram, but there's been a few of them that have had negative things to say about it or just disappointing things to say about it, specifically around the romance. But I do want to give this a go because it has been on my TBR for quite a while now, so I'm hoping August will be the month for it. Next up, I'm hoping to read The Odyssey. This one is the one that's translated by Emily Wilson. I've actually started this. I'm on to book 3, so not very far, but I'd like to try and pace myself with it and read it throughout the month and see how we go. It's something I've been wanting to read for ages, and the fact that the movie came out just made me really want to read it now. So I'm going to be reading through more of this one. And then finally on my TBR, I've got Fruit Fly by Josh Silver. This is a book my sister lent me. It's a new release and I don't really know what it is about, to be completely honest. I do really love the cover of it. I think it is so beautiful and I love the green and the orange. It just looks really nice together. I just know that this is queer and sad. So it says, anyone can write a bestseller, here's how. Go gay. It's been 7 years since Mallory shot to fame as a literary sensation, but after years of struggling with writer's block, she's desperate to resurrect her career before it spirals into obscurity. She needs inspiration to strike and fast. Go sad. Enter Leo, a young struggling addict sleeping under bridges and trading sex for survival. He's vulnerable, he's enigmatic, he's exactly what Mallory has been looking for. Go dark. Mallory needs Leo if she wants another bestseller. Authenticity sells, and there's nothing more authentic than real life. She's the perfect person to tell Leo's story. Gay, sad, dark, just what the world needs right now. But as secrets threaten to unravel more than just her career, Mallory must decide just how far she will go to pen the perfect story. It sounds really interesting. It sounds like a combination of quite a few books I have read and loved. It kind of reminds me a little bit of The Ending Writes Itself, with it talking about like the literary and publishing world. Also kind of a little bit about Yellowface, with kind of maybe telling someone else's story. I'm very intrigued by it and hoping to get to it soon. It's one that my sister really loved, so I'm hoping I will also enjoy it and I can get to it very soon. But those are the main books that I'm going to have on my TBR. I'm tempted to try and read the short story collection I have that's by Robin Hobb. It is The Inheritance. It's just a collection of different short stories in the realm of the Elderlings, because I am currently reading Fool's Assassin, which I'm hoping I will finish before the end of July, since we are still a few days from the end of the month. But these are the main books I will be focusing on. I feel like they're a really decent stack. I'm hoping I'm not going to make myself too fatigued from horror and different genres. I'm trying to mix things up a little bit and go with what I'm really in the mood for, so we're going to see how we go. But yeah, I feel like if I can pace myself with some of these, it should be a really good reading month. I'll see again if I do actually end up sticking to the TBR or not. I'm not really going to pressure myself. I'll think of this more as a little mood board for what I'm feeling. But let me know what books you were planning on reading in August, or if you have read any of these and what your thoughts were on them. I should have added before as well, but I'm actually going on holiday soon. I'm going to Tasmania for 10 days. I kind of briefly spoke about it, but I'm trying to pre-film a video to have to go up while I'm away, or when I just get back, since I don't get back until after my normal upload day. So let me know if there are any videos you would really like me to do and anything you really want to see. Comment your ideas below, because I feel like I've got a few of them, but none of them are really sticking out to me. So yeah, if there's any kinds of videos you'd like to see more of from me as well, please let me know, because I feel like I'm always looking for more ideas and things I can do differently. So I would love to hear your opinions. But yeah, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.